So in this quick video, I'm giving you some tips about how to build those different furniture parts. They're actually quite easy. Let's start with the easiest one. So here, what you can do is simply, you see everything is built as individual planks. So I'm going to create myself a sketch. Let's click on the home button. Okay, sketch, horizontal, vertically, there. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the rectangle. So for example, this should be maybe, let's say, 1 inch thick and maybe 2 feet wide, and click. So you see this is one plank. Let's go back. For example, here we have another plank. So I'm going to, again, rectangle, snap to this point, go up. Let's say this one maybe, 6 inches and 1 inch. So 7 inches, 1 inch, enter, enter, click, and there it's drawn. And on top, I'm going to do the same again, 1 inch, enter, and maybe here we just say 20 inches and click. Maybe in between I would like to have one there, so 7 inches and 1 inch, and left mouse button, click. Perfect. Now you see we have all those dimensions. Let's drag them out a little bit to make this a little bit cleaner. And then we can actually click Stop Sketch. And you have this type of a drawing. And then what we can do is extrude this one out, for example, by a foot. And enter. Let's show the sketch and do extrude again. Click on this one. 1 foot. And actually I would like to have a new body or new component. Let's say new body. Okay. Extrude here, new body, 1 foot there. And then we go into the bodies. You see somewhere I made a mistake. Here those two were fused together. So let's see. This command I used to create this vertical plank. So right mouse button, edit, and change this one to new body. Perfect. And there you see, that's so easy to create. Kind of like a system like this, which could be a table or a storage system, just all built out of horizontal planks. Now let's take a look at how we can build this one. So let me delete everything and delete. I'm going to first offset my ground plane there, maybe to the height I need, let's say 20 inches there. And this is all round. So I would like to create a sketch, and I'm going to use actually maybe the circle. Click on the sketch, go into top, and sketch is invisible there. I simply start creating sketches, lines. Okay, if I want to have more control, I can actually sketch out all those dimensions. No, and continue. stop sketch, and then I could say extrude, and I could extrude, you see, all those individual parts, or I simply drag over everything and extrude everything at once into one shell. See, it's so easy. If you want to round the edge, fill it. I'm going to click on those edges, maybe 0.1 inch, 0.5 inch, there. This is a sharp edge. Maybe I would like this to be softer. So Control click or Apple on the Mac, and I click this edge in addition. There. Really easy. Okay, let's take a look at what we can do actually with those pipes. So I could create myself another sketch, and just so everything is easier, I'm going to create the sketch actually on the ground plane there, or I could actually also create it on the construction plane, so it's at the same height actually as the other sketch. I make this one visible, and then, for example, somewhere I'm going to make maybe a 0.5 inch ring, click, okay, and then this one I can copy and paste, move, and for example put it to there, paste, move it to there, paste, move it to there. And I'm using the other sketch simply to understand where I'm actually currently positioning, for example, the legs. Okay, stop sketch. And you see now I have a sketch with all these rings. And then here again, all at once, extrude, drag over. And what did we say? -19, I think, to the ground plane. Yeah, -20. And those all should be new bodies. Okay, you see then I have all those legs. And then you can play with different heights, different positioning for these legs. Okay, so let's take a look at the last one. How we can build this one. This is actually pretty simple. We create again an offset plane, maybe move it up a little bit, let's say 15 inches, this make it small. I'm going to make myself a new sketch on this plane from the center, drag it out. Okay, extrude this one up. There's, for example, my top. I'm going to hide it, show me my sketch. There's a small metal ring below. So what I can do now, to make it a little bit easier, I make the sketch editable. So right click, edit sketch, diameter, and what do we say? Let's say 19. Okay, click. And now I would like to know what the distance between those two is. So the distance is 1/2 inch, so that's good. I could also go ahead, sketch dimension this one. So you see this is 19. And I would like to drag this one out. It's over constraint. Okay, here, delete this one. I'm going to add myself a new constraint this way. Okay, so why did I do this? Now I can use, as you can see, the space in between to extrude, for example, this one pipe out there, down half an inch. There. Oh, that was the wrong direction. This has to be minus, so it goes down. Perfect. See, there you see, we have the top plate and the ring below. Now we have also this one on the bottom plate. Let me show you how I'm going to solve that. So I'm going to create a new sketch, turn this one off, and I could draw this one again with two rings, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to project the sketch onto the bottom plate. So I go to project, project, and say, as you can see, this and this, stop sketch. And you see those sketch lines are magenta. That means we created a sketch on the plane, and then with this project, I projected these sketches straight down. So if, for example, here I say show dimension, and I, for example, change this one to 22, you see that other sketch grows 22. So 20. So you define this one once, and then we make another sketch and interactively link it. So now, maybe I want to drag this one first to here. It doesn't allow it to me. Let's do it this way. I just rearranged the orders. Now I do another sketch. 0.5 up. Perfect. Let's take a look what we have. There. Okay. Now the last step I have to do is simply put in the parts in between. So, for example, we can measure the distance there and there. This is 14 inches, the distance between them. So let's see, how can we do this at best? Okay. I'm going to do it actually this way. I'm going to create a sketch, and I'm going to create a sketch. I could actually on this object, but actually I'm going to extrude or offset another construction plane half an inch up, so it's right above this surface. Create a sketch on here, and what I'm going to do now is I say include 3D geometry, and I select this edge and this edge. And what I did was basically the geometry, the edges of this object are now turned into a sketch inside this sketch I created. And the main purpose is now I know exactly where my object would be. So I can go ahead and, for example, either use the rectangle, let's say 2.2 point. Here, for example, create myself half an inch sketch. Move. Select these lines and then maybe move it over to there. Can also actually from this midpoint move it to, let's see, that doesn't work right now. Okay, you see, I would have to eyeball this a little bit, and later in manufacturing, they will do their own rig anyway. So, for example, there I simply put in this rectangle. But what I'm going to do is actually the following. I'm selecting all these lines. I go to move this one to the outside, because first I would like to dimension this a little bit. Then let me first delete those constraints, because I would like those to be perpendicular to each other. And let's see which one I can maybe make. Yeah, okay. So this is horizontal, all those are perpendicular, so this all works perfectly. Now I can type in 0.49 and, for example, make this one a little bit smaller. Oops, 0.49. Because this piece has to fit on this arc, so it has to be a little bit smaller. And then move. Now I can move the sketch actually to there. Oh, still doesn't really work. It's still too big. So maybe 0.4. I'll make it on purpose really small. Okay. And then look what I'm doing. I'm making myself a line and say this should be just a helper. So for construction, this line is only used to snap to. And then I could use this one, move, and say move now maybe the center of this object to the midpoint of this line. And you see this way I have this rectangle perfectly centered. Okay. Stop sketch. Let's take a look what we have. Okay, so then I could go to extrude and say this little rectangle, extrude up. What was it, 18 or 14? Perfect. So I built this one once. I need like 3 more, and then I could say pattern. Oh. Oh, wah, wah. My problem. I joined them. So new body. There, this one. Pattern circular. So this is my object. Axis is this one. And quantity 4. Click OK. And there we have it. Now we could fine-tune this whole design a little bit. Around the top. Maybe all these pipes should be slightly rounded as well, so we fillet all those edges. Maybe 0.25, which might be too big. 0.1. Yeah, that one works. I know you see also here this is rounded, which is not good. So I go back and say this edge, and then I shift click onto all those edges. And now I would have to select all those edges here as well. So I actually would like to do this before I do my circular. You will see the reason why. So you, 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 and there. All those edges. Shift click this one, point 1. Okay. And then this piece, which is rounded with the circular array, I just multiply. And then the top part. There we are. And now if you would like to change, for example, the radius, because it's too big, you could simply go here, right click, edit, and say 0.05. And okay. There we are. So that basically shows you how you can build all those 3D furniture pieces quite easily.